Hey everyone, my name is Brittany and today I'm going to show you how to make a delicious chocolate tart. It has a rich chocolatey filling as well as a delicious chocolate crust. I know you'll love it. And on top of that, I'm collabing this week with Mrs. Garcias Kitchen. She is going to show you how to make a delicious sun-dried tomato chicken pasta. So you can find the link to that recipe on her channel down in the description box. So be sure to check those out. Now let's get into the video. We're going to start this recipe off by making our dough first. I've got 2 sticks of unsalted butter here, and those are softened. And then I have a 1/2 cup of sugar. And we're just going to cream this in our mixer until it's nice and fluffy. I'm going to give this a quick scrape and then mix again. My butter and sugar is nice and smooth. There's no lumps in here. Now I'm going to add my egg. This is about 3 tablespoons of egg. And to measure that out, you want to whisk your egg thoroughly and then measure in 3 tablespoons. Now I have 2 1/4 cups of cake flour. Cake flour can be hard to find. This is the branded cake flour that I buy and that I can find in the grocery store. This is probably what you'll see there as well. It's a pretty good one, so this is the one that I use. So I have 2 1/4 cups of cake flour here, and then I have 5 tablespoons of cocoa powder. Alright, we are all mixed together. This is my dough. I'm going to refrigerate this for about 10 minutes and then I'll be ready to roll it out. My dough is out of the refrigerator, and I'm just going to unwrap it. I've got 2 pieces of parchment paper here, and I have sprayed them with a little bit of pan spray and stuck them together. And I'm just going to put this right in the middle of my first sheet. As you can see, by shaping it with the saran wrap before I put it in the fridge, it's already got a little bit of a shape. And a quick tip, when you're rolling things in between parchment paper like this, if you make it long enough where it can go behind the table or down the side of the table, lean your body against it, and then when you roll it, it won't like run away from you. I don't care what surface you put it on, it's gonna move. So by doing that, you cause a little bit of tension, it'll help you roll a little bit easier, and it'll help keep it in place. And this is going in a 9-inch tart shell. So we want it to be in a circle. That should be plenty. You always want to take your, whatever you're going to put your dough in, or what you're going to put your ultimate product in, when you roll stuff out, you want to sit that on top and see if it's bigger, if it's enough shape. So this is good enough. So I'm gonna go ahead and stick this in the refrigerator for 15 minutes and then I'm gonna put it into the dish. Alright, so it's been 15 minutes and I've pulled my dough out of the refrigerator. I'm gonna give it a light roll and then I'm just gonna peel this back. Yeah, that looks so good. And if you touch it, it should not come back on your hand. That's exactly what you want, and that's all created from chilling it. Now this is a 9-inch tart shell. I've already sprayed it with pan spray and I've got it on a additional surface here, a little pan. So that's gonna go underneath it when I put it in the oven. You don't wanna fiddle with putting a tart in and out of the oven, especially when you have a very liquidy filling. It's a lot easier to do that if you have an additional pan underneath. And I am just going to lay this right on top. You want to aim for the middle, and as you're just sitting it in there, you want to press it down. Get it right there in the corners. And be very gentle because you don't want to rip it. And then I've got my rolling pin here. I'm just going to roll right on top. And that makes for a nice clean edge. Now you can save this additional and re-roll it for another tart, or you can save it for another day for something else. Got a little piece of parchment paper that I balled up, and I put a little bit of pan spray on the bottom. I almost forgot a crucial step. Take a fork and poke holes in the bottom. That's gonna help the air underneath it escape all that steam, and it won't cause any air bubbles underneath your crust. Okay, that's very important. Spread those out even. Go. I've got my oven preheated to 350 degrees, and I'm gonna blind bake this for 20 minutes. While my crust is blind baking, I'm gonna go ahead and start on the filling. So I have 1 1/3 cup of chocolate chips, and these are semi-sweet chocolate chips here in my pan. I'm gonna go ahead and add 3/4 of a cup of milk, and then 3/4 of a cup of heavy cream. You're gonna cook this until it's completely melted and you don't have any chocolate chips left. So my chocolate and cream are all nice and mixed in together. All of my chocolate is melted. So I have 1 whole egg here, and I'm just gonna give this a quick little whisk. And then I'm gonna slowly add this hot mixture to the egg, very slowly, a little bit at a time. This smells amazing. Now I'm going to set this aside to cool off a little bit while I wait for my crust to come out of the oven. My crust is out of the oven. I'm just going to take this off. Give this a quick whisk. I've got my oven preheated to 350 degrees, and I'm going to bake this until it's solid all the way through. See you in a minute. So my tart is out of the oven. It baked at 350 degrees for 25 minutes. After that, I let it chill on the counter for about 30 minutes before I moved it to the fridge and let it chill there for another 2 hours. You want to make sure it's completely cold before you go and serve it and try it. I'm going to go ahead and give it a taste test. That's delicious. It's very rich and decadent, very smooth, absolutely delicious tart. One of my favorite chocolate tart recipes. If you enjoyed this recipe, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. It really helps to support my channel. And if you'd like to see more recipes like this, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I post every Friday. And don't forget to check out Mrs. Garcias Kitchen. She has that wonderful recipe for a sun-dried tomato chicken pasta, and I have that link down in the description box. Thanks for watching.